The IPL auction will probably see Punjab Kings set the stage on fire yet again. Actually not, because this was the team. If you look at the last auction, they had created all the massive monetary gains. I mean, 18.5 Sam Curran to Punjab Kings. Normally heading into an auction, two things are certain.
Yeah.
One, Punjab Kings with the biggest purse. Punjab Kings with the biggest vice. The third constant, they never win the title. Now, looking at this current team, okay, I have to say this because see, Punjab Kings, ever since 15 years of its existence, they should never be architects. They'll drop a master plan, they'll build a massive castle in the sky, only to dismantle it the very next year.
The problem again that's been with this franchise has been too many changes, too many chopping, changing, and that purse bit that Siddharth referred to. Again, that tells you about the kind of offloading that they do. Then they go in with big purchases. Somewhere I think with Punjab Kings, the whole problem to the fact why they haven't been a successful IPL franchise has been this too much chopping and changing, and it reflects in their purse. This time around though, let's quickly tell you, this time though, they won't be the team with the biggest purse. Usually you see they're the ones with the biggest purse, not this time around, because this time just about 29.1 crores. There are other franchises as well who got a similar purse. Delhi Capitals have about 28 if my memory serves me right.
Yes.
But Gujarat possibly have the biggest purse this time with 38 odd crores that they have. Nonetheless, you expect Punjab Kings to be active in the auction because they've got few gaps to be plugged, and we'll try making their 11 as well over here. Looking at the auction, where things stand and what their strategies could be. Siddharth, if you very quickly tell our family members about the release players, and that because obviously always gives an idea as to what gaps will a franchise then be looking to plug.
So, if you look at cursory glance as to what has happened with the Punjab Kings, okay, your top order and the lower middle order is kind of sorted. Which is why they released a Bhanuka Rajapaksa. Even if you look at the number of overseas players that they had, they anyway had a problem of plenty in fitting in some players. That is why releasing Bhanuka Rajapaksa and Matthew Short made sense. Okay. Now, with 29.1 crores, it is still significant. If you compare it with the Mumbai Indians, if you compare it with the Rajasthan Royals, their combined purse is only close to 31.5. At least Punjab Kings have 29.1 crores. But they have 8 slots available, but they are overseas. Out of that, only 2 overseas has to be filled. Now, even making a 11, there is a problem of plenty when it comes to the overseas options. Okay. Shikhar Dhawan will open the batting, that's a given. With Johnny Bairstow available now, remember last season he was there only for half of the tournament, or I think he didn't play. I think he didn't play at all because of that injury that he had.
I don't think he played. Which is why you had somebody like who used to then
Prabh Simran.
Prabh Simran was there, and Prabh Simran batted with intent, you remember.
And he scored a century against the Delhi Capitals, Prabh Simran. So, Shikhar Dhawan, Johnny Bairstow, they will open the batting, okay?
But the fact that they've let go of Bhanuka Rajapaksa, who was there in action last year, that tells you that there's a gap over there to be filled. And not just that, the lower middle order now has also been weakened by this man's release, Mohammad Shahrukh Khan. Mohammad Shahrukh Khan did not set the stage on fire for Punjab Kings for the value he was bought at. True.
So, now if you have to judge number 3, number 4, number 5, who could it be? Which is why I say, if the franchisee really wants to have a number 3, okay, Shikhar and Johnny opens.
I know the person I think who can definitely be that perfect fit to solve this problem for Punjab Kings, but the problem is the overseas slot. Rachin Ravindra gives that spinning option plus can bat right up top. Can bat right up top, and he, by the way, solves many of those problems. The only problem being with Punjab Kings at the moment, you're certain about a Liam Livingston because he's your finisher.
He'll be your number 5.
You are certain about Sam Curran also because Sam Curran is your most expensive purchase in the history. Then, so he also starts. Kagiso Rabada, also a guaranteed starter. Nathan Ellis, we saw, was also partnering with Kagiso Rabada last year. So you know that these 4 slots are already there. Now what do you do?
That's the problem.
What do you do? Because you bring in Rachin Ravindra, he very well fills in, because you're looking at spinning options, he becomes your third spinning option as well.
Yep.
But how do you fit in?
That's the
problem.
thing. Punjab Kings' overseas problems, because they have far too many of them, ensures that, okay, my bet, you know what I was going to say, if you want to have that solidity in the middle order, that's where Punjab Kings were lacking. Prabh Simran at 3. Why not a Harry Brook at 4? Harry Brook will give you that option, but then remember, among all the English players, now this is going to get a bit interesting here. Harry Brook and Phil Salt are giving the right noises in the West Indies. Brook hit 31 of 7 in that Granada T20I, 442 strike rate. Phil Salt scored 100, by the way. At the same time, Bairstow and Livingston are not in good form along with Sam Curran.
Yeah.
So, if you want, maybe get in the Shikhar Dhawan, maybe Bairstow has to start because of the opening combination. Drop Livingston, get in a Brook. Either of Raza or Curran start, and that is why getting Brook in will solidify that middle order.
But I'll
immensely.
tell you what the problem over there is, Siddharth, because you've released somebody like a Shahrukh. If you don't have a Liam Livingston who finishes things off for you, Harry Brook, again young prospect, and if you're batting him at number 4, let's say you're expecting him to play big, but you still need that finisher. The problem PBKS at the moment that they have is that they don't have a finisher in their ranks. If we go by what we go by the theory that you suggested, so that's going to be a bit of a problem, and that's the toss-up. They need to decide: are they okay going in without a finisher? I doubt.
Okay, now this is going to be the problem. Who do they get in as their number 4 or number 5? Livingston, Curran, Raza, all are there, and they all play basically the same role.
Yeah.
But the main area where Punjab Kings are struggling big time, and this is where they have to do a smart buy in the auction. Can you name any experienced spinner apart from Sikandar Raza, who's not starting?
Harpreet Brar, beg your pardon, has done a good job. He was okay. The franchise
lack of consistency.
The franchise seemed okay. The only thing is that, you know, when you think of why I feel as a franchise, I think they're not very eager for a spinner, is because, again, you look at the track that they play on.
Mohali
Doesn't suit the spinners that much.
Because see, Rahul Chahar has been underwhelming.
Half the games over there. So I think they may still not be, because because Chahar will get the ball to skid over there and it works. They're fine with that, I believe, at times. They don't need somebody who's a big turner with the ball. So they may not. I still feel that is an area they're going to be okay with because they're playing half the games at home.
But even with a skid, if you have to look at it, even with the skidding option, Rahul Chahar struggled last year. He was not able to control the flow of runs. He was not able to control the leakages that were happening in the middle overs. You need someone with a very strong, experienced spin. Now, who is that? Now, remember, Wanindu Hasaranga has gone out.
But again, Hasaranga,
where will he fit in?
The problem is, I think it's very, very clear when you look at Punjab, they can't go for an overseas player. I believe, and it can't be somebody with reputation for sure, because how do you fit in? How do you play? There's no point getting somebody with reputation just to be on the bench.
Now, if you want to sort out your bowling all-rounder conundrum, because see, apart from Rabada and Arshdeep, Rabada/Nathan Ellis, Harpreet and Rahul Chahar, again, I think that's a very weak bowling lineup. If you want to shore up your bowling and kind of give a bit of depth to your batting, is Shardul Thakur potentially going to be a Punjab Kings guy? Because remember, Shardul will do 2 things, 3 things in fact. 1, leak runs, but you take that with a pinch of salt. 2nd, can take wickets. 3rd, can tonk it around.
We saw that in a couple of games last year as well. Shardul, actually, if you look at it, won't be a bad addition to this Punjab side. But will they really go after him? Are they really looking for a fast bowling all-rounder? Maybe. The answer
an Indian.
Because they don't have somebody like a Shardul at the moment in their ranks.
You are basically relying on a Rishi Dhawan to do this.
Rishi Dhawan and see Sam Curran are those 2 players, let's say, who can be fast bowling. But again, Rishi Dhawan, dibbly-dobbly. Know that. Shardul, again, dibbly-dobbly. But
Shardul dibbly-dobbly?
For me, it's dibbly-dobbly.
Oh, it's like again, my confusion. I think Muralidharan is a leg spinner, but he bowls like an off spinner.
But again, Shardul Thakur, he will leak you those runs, but he will get you wickets. That's the thing. The guy has a knack of picking up wickets, which is where it's going to be interesting what the strategy for the Punjab Kings is going to be. But given the fact that there's only 8 slots to be filled, you somewhere feel that they know who their 5, 6 are at the moment, but as far as their 11 is concerned, they're in a tricky situation.
They are in a very tricky situation. I'll tell you why. Okay, the overseas guys are all superstars. Okay, so they have given you a golden coat of paint, but the base upon which they rely on, the Indian contingent, barring a Shikhar Dhawan, there are cracks which are miles wide. There is no experience. Prabhsimran Singh came up against a Delhi Capitals bowling lineup who was struggling and were totally demotivated towards the fag end. You saw the century that he made at the Kotla.
There was no Norkia also then. So those things again went against the Delhi Capitals.
Atharva Taide, Rishi Dhawan, Rahul Chair, Vidwat Kaverappa, Harpreet Bhatia, Harpreet Brar, Shivam Singh. Look at the experience factor. Just these 1, 2, to a certain extent 3. 3 guys upon whom your bowling is based upon, and we don't know whether 1 or 2 of them will feature. We don't know because your overseas composition, if you pick a Rabada, you can't drop him. Either Rabada plays or Ellis plays.
Yeah.
Either Karan plays or Raza plays depending upon the pitch. Bairstow might have to play Livingston for his finishing purposes. The overseas recruits are Punjab Kings' biggest problem at this point in time because they are not allowing flexibility in the team composition. I can't get in say a Harry Brook, a Wanindu Hasaranga. A Hasaranga will give me spin option.
Or a Rachin Ravindra.
Can't get a Rachin Ravindra because both Hasaranga and Ravindra will give me spin options. Yeah. But where do I fit them? So that is why with 29.1 crores, I pray that Punjab Kings make the sensible decision.
Very interesting, Siddharth, that you brought up Shardul Thakur, because I think in many ways, but Punjab will have to, be okay with the idea of moving away from what the strategy has been. Have to, because if they can get a pacer in Shardul Thakur, let's say somebody who can give you at least 3 overs, if not all 4. Now, if you drop somebody like Ellis, now what do you do? Because Arshdeep and Kagiso Rabada again will give you 8 overs over there. Yeah. If you get 3 from Shardul Thakur, then you got your 2 spinners. So you get another 8 overs over there. So they could be struggling with an over or 2, I believe, at times. But if they're okay with this, then perhaps you can, because if you're letting go of an Ellis, then maybe you can get in that experienced spinner, or let's say somebody like Rachin Ravindra, because then your slot gets vacant.
I think that if you have to look at spinning options, you'll have to play Sikandar Raza most of the time. That is the thing, which is why I think, the Indian spin contingent is not looking that promising. In Punjab Kings, and that's been their biggest Achilles heel. Overseas spinners have tried, but they've not been able to do it. So that's why with 29.1 crores, they have a significant purse. But can they go for some players to ensure their team composition settled? Quiz question. Name 1 game or 2 games where Punjab played with the same 11 last year. I doubt you'll get it. That's the problem. And that is where, if you look at it, 1, 2, 3, 4, I think they are the 5th highest when it comes to the purse. GT, SRH, KKR, CSK and Punjab. So, Punjab Kings with 29.1 crores will have to do some very smart buying. For us, the Indian spin contingent, the middle order, one of them, because Mohammad Shahrukh Khan's not in. You need a bowling all-rounder, Indian. You need him.
By the way, I was surprised that they let go of Shahrukh. I won't be surprised actually if they want to get him back at a cheaper price. Because Shahrukh, by the way, had a strike rate of about 160 last year. The problem was maybe
not many runs.
Exactly, about 300 runs if I'm not wrong. Maybe you were expecting a little more, and Punjab were in that situation where they wanted Shahrukh to deliver more. But by the way, that strike rate makes him an interesting prospect. And not only Punjab, I think there are other franchises. He's been heavily linked to Chennai Super Kings as well. So Shahrukh, beg your pardon, comes in with a certain reputation. The numbers also, if you're looking for somebody who you're okay, let's say not scoring big, but again want someone who operates at 160, then Shahrukh becomes a very interesting prospect.
It will be. So, I think there might be a bidding war for maybe certain players. I mean, Punjab might want to jump in the case of Shardul, maybe in the case of Wanindu, maybe in the case of any other Indian spinner that we are looking at. Maybe in front of Mushtaq Ali or from the Vijay Sare, who knows, maybe some individuals might have gotten a good deal about it. But as far as we are concerned, Punjab Kings have a composition issue. Thanks to their overseas guys. Let's see how they do it in the auction, which is starting day after tomorrow. It's going to be very, very interesting. which team can pull off a rabbit out of the hat. Remember, one thing is for sure, we won't see an 18.5 or a 20 crore bid this time around from
because
them.
they've got 28.
Only 29.1 crores.
Yeah.
So let's see how it goes. So that is our build up for the IPL auction. Tomorrow we'll be doing a preview for that. Harshad and me along with Nikhil will be doing all that. So let's see which team pulls off the ultimate trade in that sense and auction. So from me and Harshad, it's bye-bye. Tap that bell icon so you know when we go live. And don't forget, we are on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram as well. See you soon.